Welcome to Hard Rock Stadium, home of the Miami Hurricanes, a program that has been built on flash, excitement, swagger, even once a gold turnover chain. But the fundamentals of this program, substance. We'll have plenty of substance and swagger from the Canes today. Today, a couple of squads here to square off in a Big 12 showdown. As we'll see a team looking for its first win, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the Miami Hurricanes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Bruce Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Huskers will kick it away first. On the move from inside is 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So the Miami Hurricane offense will take the field to get things started. And as this star running back comes onto the field, everybody in the stadium knows he's going to get it. The defense knows it. Doing something about it is quite a different thing.
It's hard to stop him. He's hard to handle because he can do it in so many ways. He can run by you. He can run through you. He really has the whole package, and that's why he's a superstar, and that's why they'll feed him early and often.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him, and it forced the incompletion.
It's a reverse. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
Well, the offense dialing up the jet sweep, and I like that idea because this receiver, with his speed, you want to try to get him on the perimeter, put the ball in his hands to see what can happen.
Motion from the offense. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He finds a dead spot in the middle. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
To throw, it's Bridges. Fires to the big fella. Dragged down at the 43, but it's a pickup of 10 on that one. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the 1st down.
I think it's because the tight ends, there's so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, the quarterback's patient most of the time. That drag route's going to come over.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. After that last loss, it's 2nd and 12. Quarterback will audible. He's back to throw on 2nd down. Fires to the middle. Oh, the freshman lucky that one didn't get picked off.
Well, the defense watched film last week. They saw this running back catch multiple passes, and that hasn't been the case today. They are clamping down on him, always aware of him, especially in the passing game, and so far they've taken him away.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Takes a hit as he releases it and just spiked it right into the ground. So Nebraska's offense will go to work for the first time today. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt. They got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Got him downfield. Tackled there by the defense.
Don't you just love the big boys? When the big boys up front do their job and create a great pocket, and the quarterback has time now to survey the field and take shots down the field and make huge plays.
Finds his man down the middle. They convert on third down as he gets it to the 46-yard line. The Cornhuskers have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Now he's going to break the pocket. Trying to escape and get it himself. Continues to fight for yards. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment.
These quarterbacks are nightmares to play. Pretty good coverage on the outside. Man-to-man, nobody looking at the quarterback. He takes off. He doesn't look like a quarterback. Looks like a running back. Chews up yards, gets way down the field, and makes a big play for this offense.
From the red zone, looking for a receiver. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Well, it looked like that might be the first touchdown of the game, but what a great job by the defender, seeing the football and swatting it away.
The noise level is relentless here on second down. He's looking to throw. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
When you have scrambling quarterbacks, you got to have a spot. You got to have somebody in the middle of the field. Everybody's playing coverage, but that guy's job is to focus on the quarterback and make sure he doesn't scramble and make big plays like this with his feet.
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Nebraska!
It's what makes this offense so hard to stop. When you've got an athletic quarterback, you got to worry about him in the running game, and there on the option, he makes the right decision, keeping it, and he caps off the opening drive of the game with a TD.
And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. They went 54 yards on that last touchdown drive and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complimentary.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Reels it in down the left side. Afterburner's coming. Touchdown, Hurricanes. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
And we may have a situation here. We might have points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
Getting set for the point after. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Florida sparkled today in a dominant road win. In fact, by the 4th quarter, it almost felt like this game was being played in the swamp. That's how much they took that crowd out of it. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Leaves it with the running back. Good blocking up front. Great job following it. He's got 6 to the 18. 6-yard pickup on 1st down. Leaves him with 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. They've got the screen set up. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Now the defense will try to rise up on 3rd and short from the 21. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. This offense has a little room and a fresh set of downs at the 23. We've played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see if someone can get the edge in the second quarter. And the Huskers come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. Makes a connection. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
It's really tough on offenses when defenses know what you got to do. You got to pass the football. They're in man coverage. How about the receiver understanding where the first down is? He smells it. He goes and gets it.
On the move, it's Cook. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Off play action. Dances away. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Still on his feet at the 45. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
Fantastic job there buying time and then using his speed to go get a huge chunk play. You saw on defense a lot of people in the back end with their heads turned around chasing receivers. It's dangerous. You want to play man coverage. You don't want to keep your eyes on the quarterback. You're going to pay for it. You saw it right there.
He locked up and held on to bring him down.
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is points and limiting.
Maybe a 3-yard pickup there, third and long coming up.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs, but I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And they'll miss the connection here on third down.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. Fourth and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
It's good. And with that, they've taken the lead.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on fourth down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
2nd and 10 here. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Back to pass, it's Bridges. Feeling some heat. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
You know, it's really tough. It's tough to be a DB because you can't get there too early. You can't get there too late. He gets there perfect timing and gets the deflection.
3rd and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. From the gun, wants to pass. Throwing right. Fires into traffic. Intercepted. Was looking for a little more daylight for a big return, but he'll settle for the pick and setting his offense up at the 24.
What a nice play by the DB there. When that rain starts coming down, the ball gets a little bit heavier. The quarterback throws the ball a little bit lighter. DBs can take advantage sometimes of some underthrown balls, go out and make some big plays.
Makes the grab down the middle. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Well, the drag routes put in this playbook to fight against man-to-man coverage. So there you see the receiver using his speed, working his way across the field. He gets separation on the DB trying to trail him, makes the catch, turns it upfield for the first.
He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run. The Huskers will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Trying to barge their way in. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be...
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Husker! Well, well, well. Somebody's been doing their box jumps.
You ain't lying. Getting up in the air. Hey, listen, I'm taking a picture of that, saving it. That might be my screensaver on my phone. That vertical way up in the air.
Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The kickoff team on the field, he ought to just boom this thing through the end zone with that extra 15 yards on the penalty. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stop Palmer and get you the football.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you score here, and this game's still tight. You keep their feet to the fire, so an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wide out in motion. To the air, it's Bridges. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And how about the defense getting home with the pass rush? Playing man coverage in the back end. You need to win up front. Those guys got to get to the quarterback. Do a great job rushing the passer. I can play man when I got a pass rush like that.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And the defense gets loose, bringing the Heat, and down he goes again. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And the Canes send out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. A fair catch is called for. It'll give them great field position. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. 1st down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Right down the middle. And that pass is intercepted. Couldn't find much breathing room to return it, but the interception has this offense in business at the 27.
And that's just excellent cover. Vic, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board. You still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open. And if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there. You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Fast motion from the offense. Touch pass on the jet sweep. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside. And David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
He'll pull it down and run. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit.
This is such a frustrating feeling. When you got a defense that drops back, takes away all the immediate options, does a really good job with the first play, the pass play, but then you got a quarterback that just pulls it down, easily gets the first down. I just don't know how you stop a guy like this.
They stop him at the 42, but they're on a roll with a pickup of 15 and a first down. And the Canes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Back to throw, it's Bridges. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. How about that alert play from the defense to corral that fumble? Touchdown, Cornhuskers! And the defense doing work. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
And the defense comes with the blitz. Nice job getting to the quarterback. And don't just get there. Try to strip that football out. They get the QB to the ground. The ball's out. They scoop it up, take it all the way back to the house for 6.
And he made that extra point. The wet turf, no problem at all. The scoop and score. What a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball. They wanted to do something with it, and they did. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He's going to let it go. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
And you knew he was going to take a step back because you can't throw the ball for over 80% a season. Like, that's ridiculous. Last week he was on fire, but this week, man, he's freezing cold. And he's got to find something to get this offense going. But right now, just off target. Somebody needs to step up, make a play, and maybe get a spark for this offense.
The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
And I'm kind of surprised by this performance, man. The QB last week, you could tell, dude, he was in rhythm. He was good timing. You could tell the chemistry with receivers were good. And today, everything just looks off. And it looks hard. It looks difficult. They got to find a way to get back in the rhythm they were in last week.
Looking for a man. It's Bridges. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's got a better seat there in South Florida than you? A captivating start to this one. And it'd be easy to say these two offenses are glad we've hit halftime based on their respective performances. It would also be accurate. Turnovers and sacks have told the story so far. And you gotta believe the play calling has been the issue, right? Time to shred those game plans and just get back to basics. With that said, let's send it back to the guys in the shadows of South Beach.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They opened this third quarter on top, and they've built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
On second down, looking again to throw. Slings it. He makes the catch. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Wide receiver shows motion. He hurls one deep down the left side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Let's see which way they go after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 39. He's looking to throw. Fires to the right. Incomplete. Man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception. Are we sure that he knows what color jersey his receivers are wearing? Threw a pick on the last drive and almost threw another one.
Just temporarily confused. No big deal. Hey, short memory. Quarterback's got to have those short memories, right? It's behind me. No harm done. Reset. Next play.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Now the play fake. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? The Cornhuskers line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Quarterback checking the play. Looking to pass. It's Bridges. He lobs one high down the left side. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down. The Canes come to the line in the hurry-up.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort, and right now they're making the most plays.
On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
Fourth down.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield, they couldn't hook up.
Well, at this point of the game, in the second half down through possessions, you're not punting anymore, right? Every fourth down you're going to be going for, regardless of where you are in the field. The problem is, defense knows it too, so they're going to play call accordingly. That time, they had a better play call on. They execute. It's just been that kind of day for this offense.
It's really nice when you're an offensive coach and you can basically attack the whole field. When you got an arm like this and you can just put it on a line, it's really nice to have that.
He'll get rid of it. Touchdown, Nebraska! And the route is on.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Kansas State looks like a bunch of world beaters right now. I'm not sure I've ever seen this offense look this crisp. They're up 14 over Boise State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. He'll come out throwing on first down. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. He'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Looking to throw, it's Bridges. Getting some heat. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. Just a small return, but a big play as they have it now at the 45.
This guy is so comfortable in zone coverage. They're playing cover 2, and he's just back there roaming around in the middle of the field. He's so confident in his speed to break on the ball. As soon as he saw where the QB was trying to go with it, he put his heel in the ground, accelerated, and made the play.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Catch in the middle, it's Kemp. And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here. And the Huskers will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coach...
And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Let's go. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Fires into traffic, picked off. No real chance on the return, but they got it at the 34.
So you got to... Because with these conditions, it's not easy to catch for the offensive players, certainly not for the defense, but great eye-hand coordination securing that interception.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get left.
Looking to go up top on 1st down. Deep shot for the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. The Hurricanes want to pick up the tempo.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game, and someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
And back to the air on 2nd down. Oh, he loves to fire downfield.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half, but, man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the third quarter. They got to get it going now.
They keep attacking through the air. The quick out. With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on fourth down. They'll try it on the ground. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down. And the Hurricanes have this offense rolling. This has become almost automatic. 4th and 1, go for it. They did, and they got it.
No doubt about it. No discussion. I don't need to consult my offensive coordinator. I don't need to consult my defensive coordinator. We're going for that, and we're going to get it, and we're going to go for it. And if we don't get it, we're going to go for it the next time.
And the Canes have it with a 1st and 10. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. The freshman just a little too much on that one.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
Makes the catch. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Canes. Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half, it looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
Now a two-point conversion attempt coming up.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
They'll put the tight end in motion. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Extending the play. Finds his big tight end. He gets in there for the two-point conversion, and now we have a two-possession game. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into the rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. When you play backer at Miami, you got to bring some of that vintage Cane attitude.
The attitude, the physicality, the dislike for people. That's what you need at the linebacker spot. Miami's found a few of those guys over the years.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. Now facing a 3rd down as they line up after the break. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Finds his tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the quarterback who makes a sure tackle. The Huskers will punt this one away. He'll field it close to the 50. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Still some work to do after that last completion at 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
And on that third down play, there just wasn't any timing between the quarterback as an intended target. As a result, ball falls incomplete, setting up fourth.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Makes a grab enough for the first. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. And the Canes moving quickly to the line. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. Need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
Looking to throw it again. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. The incomplete pass leaves him with second down. He's looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Seventh play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. He's looking downfield to throw. Takes a shot as he lets it go. Oh, what a grab by the defense. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Man, this defense did a perfect job understanding the situation. You know you got the lead. You know they're going to be passing. And you come after the quarterback, get the big hit. You get pressure on the quarterback, good things happen, and they make the big INT.
They'll run it from the gun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if they're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And it's such an advantage for this defense to have an outside linebacker like that can rush the passer, because they can set the edge. They can get off the ball, and they're just way too fast for tight ends or for offensive tackles to get out and block them.
Makes a move. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Tom, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, I should have ran a better route.
Tackled after picking up the first down. The Canes are in the hurry-up. He wants to throw. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. And now on second down for this offense. They'll throw again after the incompletion. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Well, no surprise there on defense, right? You know the QB is going to be trying to target this guy. Nice job in coverage forcing that incompletion.
On third down, he drops to throw. On the run, fires downfield. And it's picked off. Bringing it back. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. They'll probably bleed every second possible off this clock before they snap it. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Hand off from the shotgun. Bulls his way forward. Strong running there. Going to pick up 7 yards on the play, but they still have a 4th and 3. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Cornhuskers decide to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. A first down for the offense. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Makes the catch on the left. And the tackle is made, but not before. That completion gets him 30+. To the air on first down. He's not afraid to go deep. Touchdown, Miami! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Yeah, and that's step one. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. So guys, that touchdown was huge, but they have to get the 2 here to make it a 1-possession game. He'll set up to throw. Looking to the big tight end. And good coverage and better hands on that shot to the end zone. They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the field.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
They'll give it to him again. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. He'll keep it himself. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming.
Encroachment, defense.
The encroachment penalty on the D gives the offense a free 5 yards. They'll take any help you can get with that penalty yardage, but it's still 3rd and long. And they'll take a knee, the universal symbol for we have this thing in hand.
And I thought it was a good response by this football team. When you lose a couple in a row, man, it can get south and you can continue in a downward spiral. This team answered the bell, responded well, running out the clock here to get back on the winning track.
And it's right down the boulevard. But now there's a penalty marker on the field. Let's see what that's about.
Defense.
This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. That last field goal was huge. Now it takes a touchdown to beat you and not a lot of time to get it if you cover the kickoff well. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He stopped the return right there, and that will do it. This one is in the book. You know, there's no real reason to panic, but if you think about it, when does panicking ever really help? But certainly this was a bitterly disappointing outcome.
And you can look at a lot